Mm. Hello, Wilson. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Shock. Nah, Wilson. Not even close. No, I did sleep. It wasn't bad. Unfortunately, I mean, I've already gone over this before, but sometimes I have a little bit trouble sleeping again if I wake up early. But I still got a decent amount of sleep before that. Is Casterus out for some people already? I already saw videos on my For You page of people using Casterus. Nightmare? No, it wasn't a nightmare. No, she comes out on the 9th? Hello, Lim. If you ever get a DPS early, would you go for their Eidolons? It depends. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like, let's say for Castris, if I were pulling Castris, no. Because Castris' E1 really isn't all that big of a deal. And the E2, it's a decent damage upgrade, but it's just not enough. Now, if it's My Day, it's different, because My Day has one of the most broken E1s in the game, and the E2 allows Hyoscene synergy. Or Aglaya, like if I got an Aglaya early, I go for the E1, because the E1 is really broken. It all depends, to be honest. I mean, there's also the fact of, is there a character close that you kind of want to pull on, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're going for this HP team, right, like either My Day or Castris, and you're trying to get Hyoscene. If you get Castris early, you might be able to get Cipher, if you wanted Cipher by any chance. So there's also, like, stuff like that. It really all depends on the person, to be honest. Yeah, Wilson. Wait, is this the My Day account? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, guys, we're gonna get it here. We're gonna get it here. Right here. Fuck. How far are we from the E2 My Day? I think it's the same as, well, 52. I think it's 52. Pity. Oh, no, 53. It's 53 pity. Actually, 54 to be honest. Because I could easily get enough jades. 54 or 55. Oh, there's a DU reset. Cipher works for everyone. Yeah. I'm worried about Cipher though. I feel like she's gonna get nerfed. Like, I mean, then again, you just never know with Hoya, to be honest. Like, look at what they did to Noxa, man. Like, if they do the same thing to Cipher and just make her like she's really broken because she's super general and strong, and then they just end up making her like super niche for like absolutely no reason for a certain DPS. Like, that should piss me off. Wait, does my character's attack keep decreasing? Is that like a... Oh my fucking god. Bro. Bro. Oh my fucking god. Cypher's a woman, so she gets the waifu treatment? I mean... Maybe? I mean, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but... I could just never predict Hoyo, you know what I'm saying? Hello, Iqbal. Let me overwrite. No. I could use Fei Xiao for this, but like, I'm too lazy. Erudition, please? By any chance? No? Por favor? I love this game. Come on. Erudition equation. I know you can do it. Beautiful. Thank you. I don't have a single erudition blessing. I mean... Hope you slept yesterday. I did. Don't worry, guys. I'm getting my sleep. Did you see the hate towards Cass and Reddit? It's so funny how people are mad about a character. Nah, I haven't. You said short stream and your ass streamed for 6 hours. That's short for you? I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Nothing you can really do about it. Anything new over here? Nope. I mean, actually, this ain't bad. Did you get the E2? Nope. I was trying, like yesterday, I probably spent 1.5 hours trying to fucking calculate how many jades I could get if I just stayed up all day long. And no matter what I do, it just isn't enough. I'd have to do 30 Divergent Universe runs. The rest of the half of Golden Gears and Swarm Disaster I have left, it still wouldn't be enough. Oh shit, all 3 at once. That's actually clean. I folded yesterday, Wilson, and I asked Kiwi if he could. So if he can, I'd be glad. But if he can't, I'm also glad because the man tried. But yeah, yesterday I kind of folded like late during the stream. Like if you go to the last 15 minutes of the 6-hour stream, I was completely like, I was thinking about it more and more, and I just didn't want to miss out on it. Kiwi, yeah. No, he couldn't yesterday. For some reason, it was bugging. Kiwi the first Oiler? My first Oiler is actually Wilson. Wilson, I think, yeah, Wilson bought monthly pass on my Cipher account. Alright, let's overwrite some blessings, guys. Let's see if we can actually get something I want. Fuck. Wait, what? Ooh, there we go. I need a destruction blessing right now. Can I please get a destruction blessing? Please. Please. Yay! I personally rather than take gifts from people, but I force people to take gifts from me. Oh my god. I have a question about casters. Have at it. How long do you see casters in the meta? A long time. She's probably gonna get a future RMC replacement. And we already know she's getting a sustain replacement that also does damage. I think a lot of people underestimate this because, like, unlike the break team, where, like, the break team does have, like, all the team does damage type of gimmick. But the thing with the break team is that it's locked behind toughness bars. So, I do think there is more value in Castrus's team. Because straight up, the entire team just does damage. Like, you have Tribby doing damage, Hyacine does damage, even just 4-star RMC does a little bit of damage, and then you have Casters who does damage. I heard from someone yesterday, Dumos. I asked this exact same question. Apparently, Casters only gets like 36% true damage from RMC. Oh shit, I'm too broke. Oh, too broke. Yeah, I already said it before, like, Castris, Phanon, probably the Acheron Firefly, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people disagree with me. They think Castris is the Firefly and Herd is the Acheron. But nah, not really. Outside of the fact that they're emanators. My Sunday's only a Jing Liu slave on my account. What's good, Ahmed? Three levels in one. It's actually pretty good. Can I ask, why do CCs put Avon at the far end? Isn't it better for stack generation if he's in the middle? Yeah. It's just that most people don't really care. Like, a lot of CCs don't even know that. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure I have Avon on the end, right? Yeah. Like, if it's MOC or something, I'll put Avon in the middle. But to be honest, I just don't bother with it when it's like casual shit. I already play Fortnite? Yeah. I mean, I haven't been playing it all that much the last few days, but... Huge. Huge. Ooh, a standard pass. Huge. Just give me a 4-star so I can get one pull closer. Huge. So that's +4. So around 58. Time to farm for Hyacinth. Actually, I'm pretty sure the My Day has kind of mid planars too, to be honest. Let me switch this around so I can use my friend Z2 Herda. Still trying to go for Castris? On my Rob account. We'll see how that goes though, because Rob does not have a guarantee. And knowing my luck, no guarantee is not a good sign. Why do you play multiple accounts? So I can have multiple characters to use without spending too much money. $40 pulls in this game is 140 Canadian for me. So if I were to like try and become like a content creator who just buys every new character, probably within like 3 or 4 patches, I'd already be down the drain thousands. I don't think I can handle multiple accounts playing the story over and over. That's understandable. I also agree that the story is probably the most annoying part. No skip button just makes it really annoying. Oh my god, 10 million. 10 million. Get with the wave, guys. All of you guys are talking about E2 My Day, Castris. Get E2 Herda. Nice one, Wilson. Still waiting for the fucking Cipher leaks, man. And Hyacine. I'm curious about Hyacine's E1, now that I can probably even get it. Attack, HP, and speed. Bro, they need to add a new item where you can change the main stat of a relic after it already exists. Because this shit just PMO, man. TS PMO. Like, you see this bullshit right here? I'm not gonna run DPS Hyacine. So I need an HP percent main stat. These two substats are perfect. Yeah. Black screen for a bit, guys. We're going to the other accounts. I'm not doing DU on all of them though. That's too much work. Yep. Are you guys scared of the dark? What is this account doing again? I think this account is doing planars for Hyacine. Sustain. Wait, what if I run? I know someone on my friends list has a tribby. Sustainless the Herda in Divergent Universe. This changes everything. Huge. Thought you bought a pass yesterday? Nah. Am I dumb for going for Fugue instead of Casterus? Kinda. But like you never know. They might throw a curveball and release a break character in Amphorius, right? Like, that is completely cope, but you never know. That's the thing. Hello, bro, man. Did I miss anything since the My Day polls? Yeah, I got a E6. Fuck. Four roll speed trust, you think? The problem is I want to min-max. Like, in my brain, I'm looking for HP percent plus speed, to be honest. Wrong main stat. Wrong main stat. Wrong substat. Unfortunately, I am broke on resins. On this account, at least. I spent like 5 modeling resin total to get my day's planar. Garbage, garbage. I'm free to play and I want 3.7 March, 3.8 Cyrene, 4.0 Sakura. Should I skip now till then for a chance? Maybe even some light cones for some. Yeah, if you plan to get 3 characters back to back to back, probably should skip a few patches, especially with light cones in mind. Maybe if it gets crit damage. It's just gotta be it's gotta be Maru from Hell's Paradise. Wait, this actually isn't bad if it rolls speed. I mean, this is just the wrong main stat. Guys, imagine if this was an ER rope. Just imagine. Natural 4 with HP percent and crit damage. Oh, if only, if only.
Need something? If not, then I'll be
leaving. Black screen. Yeah, that's who it's from. The white-haired anime guy. I don't take people's kneecaps, I'm innocent. Oh, this account is going for a caster, so I have to change it. I had it on a Noxa. Tectone can say whatever he wants, bro. I had like 2 fake sneezes before that one, so that felt really good. I appreciate it, Kiwi. Any help, man. I love you for it. I don't expect anything from people anyways, but always appreciate it. Thank you, Wilson. Yeah, I don't really want to go into I don't really want to go into like the tech tone stuff because like I kind of went through it yesterday a little bit quickly, but I made my point before that tech tone funds these gacha companies that do this shit he doesn't like more than 99% of the player base. Like if you're someone who spends money on a gacha game, like a good amount, like obviously if you're just doing it because you continue to enjoy the game or whatever, it's fine. But if you're calling other people hypocrites when you're the main reason a gacha game is even able to stay alive, you know what I'm saying? Like he spent tens of thousands of dollars on Genshin, then he spent hundreds or thousands of dollars on HSR, and now he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Wuwa. And if we're all being honest, right? I brought up this point yesterday in my stream. At some point, the gacha space is going to become bigger. There's going to be more and better games that appeal to Tectone more. He's going to go to a new game that isn't Wuwa and quit Wuwa at some point when it isn't as generous. It's how it's a never-ending cycle, bro. You quit one game that went to shit, but at the time, right, when at the time in its peak, it was like considered the best gacha in the game. You quit it at Genshin, then you go to HSR. When HSR was at its prime, everyone was calling it the best story of any game in the world, right? A gacha game, whatever. And then after Penacony ends, he kind of doesn't play HSR that much anymore because of Wuwa. Goes to Wuwa, starts shitting on HSR. It's a never-ending cycle, bro. Like, there's no problem with quitting a game after spending a lot of money on it, but you just can't be like, hey, guy who still enjoys the game, I want you to not pull for this character that you already planned on pulling on even before the global passive was confirmed. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people aren't pulling Casters because of the passive. They're pulling her because of the dragon, or they like to goon to her. It's usually one of the two, right?
Nothing but a thought. This big diamond, it's all yours.
I mean, there's also that, yeah. Do we have a single limited quantum dude in the game? Or is it like only woman? No, nope. Why can't they like break the taboo? Like Imaginary got Rappa in like 2.6. Like surely we get a quantum dude at some point.
Endless. Nothing but a thought.
Nice. It should be enough to guarantee casters. Putting you guys in the dark again. Don't be scared, guys. It's only temporary. Bro, Kiwi. You lot. Bro, you gave me more. Bro, what is wrong? You gave me more. You said you gave me a small pack. I just got 4,000 jades. When you said small pack, I mean, I appreciate it, but that's like not small, bro. All right, guys. This should be enough. This should be enough. Appreciate you, Keely, by the way. Really love you for that. So this should be enough. We're at like 58, 59 pity. And I think with the crystals, this is like what 25 pull? Yeah, they should put us in like 80 something pity, I think. So it is guaranteed, right? So it's not exactly gonna be that exciting, but absolutely love you for this, Kiwi. Now I don't have to wait minimum, right? Minimum half a year for this fucker to rerun. Early? Nah, fuck you. I mean, I got a Natasha at least. That's a free pullback. Surely you don't go to hard pity. Even if I do go to hard pity, like I'll probably just buy the battle pass. There it is. There it is, guys. Now, what if we get a triple my day, right? Hypothetically, theoretically, what if we got a triple my day right here? That's all I'm saying, right? That's all I'm saying. Hi, really appreciate it, Kiwi. You're amazing. Did it come through? Yeah. How is the color of the tickets different? I never see. It's like duller. So like the gold on the ticket, like the gold lining, is usually like duller and it's more grayish. Like the gold becomes a little more grayish. When it's like a normal 4 star or 3 star, the gold is a lot more shiny. Come on, give me a triple my day for all the bullshit you put me through. Okay, maybe not. Okay, it's literally gonna be the last pull. Yep. Okay. Oh, Zhuyi, absolutely huge. Alrighty then. So this account is just gonna straight up skip the A&E. 9 pulls around. So 10 pulls exactly when it starts. Should be able to get E0S1 Hyacine without issue. Is it E1? No, it's E2. I wanted the E2 solely because of Hyacine. And it allows him to get like one extra God Slayer usually in a cycle. Hail Cipher. Hail Cipher. You know, I was kind of thinking about it, Kiwi. But, you know, this does require like E1 Sunday and Cipher's Lycone. But I do think like an E0S1 Cipher, once again, right? Like I keep going through this bullshit because she's so good with everyone. 15% defense shred plus 15% from this is 30. And then Cipher has 30% automatically on enemies. And then with her light cone, she double dips on defense for whoever's marked with Foretold. So probably like 80 to 90% defense shred with a Cipher with light cone. That could be interesting with my day since he's blast. Now I can't flex my E2S1 my day on you, but I can flex that it only took me 160 pulls to get E2S1. Yeah, so the funny thing is, if we count the, obviously we're going to count it, right? So yesterday, 340 pulls, plus like 40 more from the Starlight Exchange, and this was the 20, more than 20 pulls that Kiwi gave me, but it took 20 pulls to get mine. It took me 400 pulls to get an E2S1 my day, a little over actually, because of the extra pity I got yesterday. A little over 400 pulls for an E2S1. Cipher S1 good. If you can stack up a little defense shred on your DPS before including Cipher, yeah. The S1, so how the S1 works, I believe, is it increases her crit rate, and then when she uses a skill, she applies defense reduction, I believe either on the enemy or blast, right? And then if she crits the skill, you get an additional amount of defense reduction as well. So you get double dipping in defense reduction on her light cone And you also have the defense reduction from just being on the team. Yeah, Cipher should work with Fei Xiao. Here's the thing with Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao's sub DPS options are really garbage, right? So it isn't really hard to replace Topaz or March 7th. Like Topaz already loses to March 7th in a lot of scenarios. So it's not really surprising, to be honest. No, I don't see Cipher being a Zhao Q. Like, think of Zhao Q, but the complete opposite. Like, what people wanted Zhao Q to be, which was an incredibly general debuffer that could work in every single team, like best in slot in a lot of teams. That's basically what Cipher is looking to be, basically. Which I'm sure Kiwi's happy about, because he plans on possibly E6ing Cipher, which is, you know... S1 her Eidolons then? I'm actually not sure if the S1 is better than her Eidolons. Here's the thing, right? The S1 is 100% better if you're able to get some base defense shred on your DPS without Cipher. But if you can't get base defense shred on a DPS without Cipher, then I believe her E1 is probably going to be better. Because if I remember correctly, her E1 is actually vulnerability. I'm pretty sure it is. Cipher V0 kit. Bro, what the fuck is this? Can I not just like find it, please? I can't find it. Fuck. Did you see she has armpit sleeves? I did, bro. I saw the renders on the Honkai Starro Reddit. I mean, I didn't see it, but I went into the comments and someone mentioned it. Like, that's how you know these guys are, like, full gooners, man. Like, how is that the first thing you realize? The first thing you comment on? Okay, so yeah. So her E1 wealth bond, which is what records damage, records up to a percentage of damage taken by enemies under foretold. So I'm assuming this means the E1 increases the amount of damage record you get, and then as well, when Cipher attacks an enemy target, increases the damage the enemy target receives by a certain percent lasting for question mark turns. So she should have some type of vulnerability and better damage record with her E1. Caught? Nice, Kiwi. I still have a long way to go with farming my day, though. This is like the most bricked my day ever, man. Oh, I'm missing way too much HP. Hopefully the traces is enough to fix that. I don't think it is, though. This is perfect. This is literally a perfect piece. I'm not getting rid of this. This is also decent, actually. Right? Yeah, this is also decent. Okay, this is garbage. So this is what I need to replace. I'm already overcapping on crit rate. And then the boot, yeah, the boots need crit damage and HP percent. And that's basically it. Triple roll, and I think also triple roll. Yeah, but it all went into crit rate. Would you rather have $1 or $2? I think I'd rather have $2. Why is Erudition set better than the Blade set? What's the Blade set? To be honest, I never bothered looking at it. Is it this one? No, that's the dot set. This is the Blade set, I think. Yeah. Increases max HP by 12% when the wearer is hit or has their HP consumed by an ally or themselves. Their crit rate increases by 8% for 2 turns. Okay, so here's why this is trash, right? The max HP percent is actually good, but this 4-piece is literally useless. So the thing about My Day is he gets a shit ton, and I mean a shit ton, of free crit rate if you're able to get him to 8,000 HP. So with a Sunday, literally all he needs is like 30% crit rate, I think, to be able to hit like near 100% or 100% crit rate. So the only thing actually useful is the 2-piece. I'm pretty sure Erudition just increases his... Yeah. So you get the free 8% crit rate, and then increases damage dealt by skill and ultimate by 20%. After using ultimate, additionally increases the damage dealt by the next skill by 25%. With a Sunday, you're getting the ult off pretty often. And then, obviously, because he isn't skill point hungry, this guy just spams skill every 2 seconds. The thing is, like, any extra HP you get after 8,000 is useless. So the fact you can already hit 8,000 with, like, really good crit damage, really good crit rate, and get the extra damage from this is better than Longevous. What do you mean, Wilson? Godslayer counts as skill? Yeah, it does. It does. I'm pretty sure it's like combined in his traces. I need to put like a star. It's combined in his traces, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Godslayer be God is part of the skill. Do you already have Express Pass on this account? Yeah. I got it. I got it a week ago. This account already has Express Pass. There's no need to wail for me, Wilson. I appreciate it. This was like a... I mean, I appreciate it. You did just save me around 10 Canadian. So, I won't complain. But I very much appreciate it. Thank you, Wilson. I genuinely appreciate that. That's going to make it easier. That's going to carry on into the Hyacine patch now. I don't need to renew it. I said that 5 minutes ago. Yeah, you get it from Loop Bar, right? I'm pretty sure Loop Bar has a bit of a delay. Oh, I can't wait, man. Fuck. I wish I could just skip to 3.3 now. Like, if I'm being honest, the idea of an E2 My Day with Hyacine is a lot more enticing to me than Casterus. Because I already know I'm going to get Casterus on Rob and just shit on everything. E1 Tribby, RMC. I'm probably going to end up getting, like, at least an E2, E4 Gallagher. Like, Rob is just going to be fucking shredding with Casterus. No, it's okay, Wilson. It's okay. That's a one-time... I truly do believe that was a one-time thing where I just couldn't, like... I couldn't cope with the fact that I dropped 380 plus pulls and I did not get an E2S1 My Day. That was a very, like, once, situation. Will you get her LC for your Rob account? Castrus or Hyacine? Castrus, I am going to try for Rob. Rob is on, like, 40 Lycone Pity. And the reason, because... No, I wasn't building Pity, okay? I wasn't building Pity, I swear. The 40 Lycone pity is from the DDD Lycone banner. So I was pulling for DDD. So Rob has 40 Lycone pity and I believe like 20 character pity. And if I had to guess, right? If I had to guess, I can probably get like 80 to 90 pulls during Caster's first half. So that put me at 110 pulls. So probably like 70 for Caster's herself and then 40 for the Lycone. However, something you'll realize pretty quickly is I need to win the 50-50. Otherwise, it's just kind of it's just kind of bricked. You know what I'm saying? It's better that way, Kiwi. It's better. This entire I didn't know you were trying to get me the $100 pack. It's better this way, man. To be honest, I much appreciate you though. Unless they move the HP drain from LC to her main kit. The thing is, I don't think they're gonna do that. I really don't think they're gonna do that. Like these remembrance lycones are really like hyper specific. Like Casterus gets free action advance, I believe, when the dragon explodes or some bullshit. I think My Day gets more of his HP drained with his Lycone, but gets more damage in return. Yeah, more HP drain, but he gets more damage in return with the Lycone. So like, this is a big reason why My Day's Lycone is like 30 to 40% better than even the free to play option. Like, trend that they're very much doing is that a big part of these characters' kits is locked behind Lycones, like their performance. Now, I will say, Hyacin's looks a little overtuned. Like, I will say that. Hyacin's Lycone is a little overtuned. Because it increases speed, I believe. Not max HP, it increases speed. But it increases speed, has vulnerability on it. Like, you apply vulnerability on enemies, and you're getting the HP drain. You're also getting something else that I can't remember. Like, that's just a little overtuned. How would they make it only usable with Hyacine? They'll do it somehow. That's all I'm going to say. They'll do it somehow. They'll 100% do it somehow. New kits? What? There's new kits? On the Reddit? I mean, I can check real quick. No, there isn't any new kits. Just a leak of the 3.2 event page with the polls and the 5-star shop. As well as the Lycone shop. That's basically it. Like the thing they did with Tribby, right? Like Tribby's Lycone was a best in slot Lycone for Robin. So then they changed Tribby's Lycone. I believe they made Tribby add something like Presage and basically only made it work if you do follow-ups. So I'm actually not sure. I don't know. It could be locked behind healing now that I think about it. Like, in some way, they could lock it behind healing. Wilson, I'm mentally preparing myself for the next 2 months. E6 Acheron and E6 Cipher. Bro, E6 Cipher. Jeez. What was Cipher's E2? Cipher's follow-up attack damage increases After triggering a follow-up attack, restore some energy. I feel like E6 Cipher would be insane. Like, given current leaks. Like, absolutely insane. Everybody's talking about debt and stuff. All right, guys, I'm gonna go to the last account here, which is the Cipher account. So Wilson, you probably weren't here yesterday. I did a random 10 pull on the Cipher account and I got my day early. So now I have 3 of the 4 accounts with my day, but I don't even know if I'm actually gonna use my day on the Cipher account. I kind of just YOLO'd it for the stream and I didn't think I'd actually get him. What's wrong with you? I didn't think I'd get him. I was struggling doing the story in Pentagony with a Serval. So I was like, what if I just get a little lucky? You know what I'm saying? What if I just get a little lucky? And then I did get a little lucky and I was like, oh fuck. So yeah, there's a my day on this account now. What can I do? What can I do? Bro wanted to build pity. Yeah, I can't even like defend myself on this one. Like I should have just not pulled, to be honest. To be fair, it was a complete troll. I just didn't think I'd get anything. Why stop at 3 accounts? Gotta make him a signature Gabimaru unit. Rename your channel to My Day Maru. I'm gonna upload the video tomorrow of the My Day polls yesterday. I already know I'm gonna get cooked in the comments, bro. I'm just gonna get cooked. Like, I was way too tired to upload the video yesterday because of the 6-hour stream. But I already have it ready, man. The good thing is, this is a new account, though. So, even though I pulled my day, how much pity did I actually put into his banner? I don't think I've wished on the Lycombe banner, so, like, this is the amount of pity I put into the character banner. 20, 30, 40. So I've only put 45 pulls into the character banner. So even since this is a new account, that means I'll still have like 300 pulls for Cipher, not including the anniversary patch. What does E2 My Day do? Wait, Kiwi, you don't know what E2 My Day does? E2 My Day gives him charge back from any healing. So, nah. So, My Day's own ult. Like, this is actually like a pretty big, game changer. If My Day dies and gets like 8 to 10k heal back, he gets an insane amount of charge. And his ult also heals him back, which also gives him charge for his Godslayer. You can't get more than 40 charge in a single heal. However, that's almost never going to happen anyways. So, Ignores 15% of enemy target defense. At this low of a defense shred level, though, that doesn't mean much. This is only like 5 or 10% more damage. It's this that matters. The more you get healed, the more God Slayers he gets off, basically. Yeah, it does. Okay. If we were considering this to be an E1, this would be shit, right? It's because this is the E1 before it that it's strong. Because My Day's God Slayer does like over 1,000,000 damage once you get the E1. So combined with the E2 with the increased damage in this, you get like 1 to 2 extra God Slayers off. What do you mean when My Day dies? I thought he can't die. No, he can die. He just gets revived like 3 or 4 times. If your My Day dies, he immediately revives himself, puts himself back at like 10,000 HP or whatever the fuck, and he just keeps going. He can do that like 3 or 4 times. You could have stopped at E1, so many My Day slop. I didn't stop at E1 because I want to go for Hyacine. And I know Hyacine's healing is going to be really good for My Day. Because she takes like 200, what is it, 200 speed? She has a trace where every speed after 200, it increases her outgoing healing. So with Castris, I think it's fine. So for Castris, I think it's actually better to run a lower speed Hyacine at like minimum 180 with more crit damage and HP substats to make her do more damage. But because My Day doesn't really like help team damage like Castris does, it'd be better to run her on max speed for as much healing as possible. I have E2 Eggy, don't know what she does. Yeah, E1 is increased, like enemies get increased damage taken from seam stitched, which Aglaia applies basically all the fucking time. So you get increased damage, I believe like 20 energy every time the Memo Sprite or Aglaia herself attacks, which allows you to get significantly more turns. And then I think the E2 is defense shred. Nah, My Day, I've actually said this before. For a DPS in this game, I think My Day has the best Eidolon investment of any character in the game. Like, I don't think there's another character that can solo MOC, solo Pure Fiction, and solo. Actually, I don't know if he can solo APOC, but I know he can, like, I saw a video. He 4 cycled Kafka at E6 by himself, no teammates. And he also maxed out Pure Fiction. Hail Cipher. My Cipher will solo everything. Yeah. E2S1 My Day or E2S1 Herda, not including Hyacine yet. Uh, ah. Ah. I actually don't know. I think Herda might be better. I do think Herda is better without Hyacine. My Day has the way better E1 over Herda, but Herda has the way better E2 over My Day. Her E2 is around like a 90% damage increase, or overall damage increase, while her E1 is like 10 to 20%. So I do think without Hyacine, E2 Herda is stronger. Quick guide on how to build Gallagher for Caster's team. You just run him on as much HP as you can. HP and outgoing healing boost. That's basically it, to be honest. Obviously, speed. You want him to have a little speed too, because he is a sustain. It isn't that hard to get speed on him. One thing I will say though. Hmm. Okay, so there's a relic set releasing in 3.3 that basically every single sustain is gonna use. Like there, I don't see any healer not using Hyacines relic set in 3.3. So if you're gonna farm now, I wouldn't recommend it. Like I'd recommend having your Gallagher basically half-assed and waiting until 3.3 drops. Mighty has the potential to overpower Herda. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. With Hyacine, yes. I'm so confident. With Hyacine, yes. Because okay, I should specify Hyacine with Light Cone. Because Hyacine with Light Cone is the one who's draining My Day's HP. Which, once again, similar to like how the E2 lets him get him more God Slayers off, it's the same thing for Hyacine. Every time she does anything with the Light Cone, entire team's HP gets drained and healed back. Also adds vulnerability too, so. Something I would like to mention real quick though. Hyacine could be the new best in slot sustain for Herda over Lingsha because of how fast she is. There actually is a possibility of that. Plus her Lycone giving vulnerability. And her doing more damage with Outbreak. So for Herda havers, that's probably going to be the best in slot sustain. Oh, 07 Ling Sha? Hey, she lasted long enough, man. I mean, I don't disagree, Terry, but like here's the thing, right? We don't have a single HP support in the game. So, Hyacine draining HP, and obviously if you have an E2 My Day healing it back, like even without an E2 My Day, you're getting so many more God Slayers off. It's like really, really big. How come Link Shot is better than Huo Huo for Erda? Huo Huo is skill point negative, and because of that, it's just better to use Ling Sha because you might think, oh, the 20% energy she gives on ult, like surely that's better. But because of how Ling Sha works, she can skill let Fu Yuan go, and this is now 10 hits for Herda's energy, then ult, and then Fu Yuan goes again. And this is already more energy generation than Huo Huo can do in an entire ult. So that's why Ling Sha is best in slot for Herda. Not to mention, this also helps Tribby. So in Herda's best in slot team with Tribby, Tribby is also getting energy back if you're hitting a lot of mobs on field. E1 Hue Hue isn't SP negative. Does she have something in her eye? Isn't her E1 only a speed boost, or am I tripping? To be honest, I never bothered to look at her Eidolons. The duration of divine provision is one more turn when Ho-Ho possesses divine provision while speed. Oh yeah. No, I'm saying that you want to skill with her constantly. Like if you're trying to make Quohuo compete with a Ling Sha in terms of Herda generation, energy generation, and Tribby energy generation, you have to spam the skill every turn, which is really bad because Herda is like SP negative to begin with. Especially if you're running with a Noxa too. Like that shit is cooked, bro. Oh yeah, Electo. Venturine is probably the second best in slot. Especially with S1. Oh wait, I'm not on the... Okay, so my Sunday account has S1 Aventurine. S1 Aventurine puts vulnerability. So... What happened to my days Phenon's best in slots? So many people were cooked. I don't know. Like, you asked me that, and I literally don't know. So, he should be an emanator. This is the thing that Phenon should be a destruction emanator, but all the leaks imply he doesn't want to be ran with another destruction character. So it just is what it is, I guess. I guess they're just changing shit up. You know, we went from Acheron needing two nihilities to Acheron or Herda needing one erudition to Phenon not needing any one of the same path, basically. That's all I can say, to be honest. Like, if anything, Phenon will probably be the real power creep, because this guy doesn't have any restrictions, it seems, outside of wanting single target buffs. How much HP Tribi needs in a Rice team? As much as you can get, to be honest. That's really all that matters. If you're not trying to build like a DPS Tribi, then you really should only be focusing on like speed and HP. So those are like, just get as much as you can, to be honest. It's not going to make much of a difference. Do we know Hyacinth Eidolons? No, Kiwi. That's what's pissing me off right now. We have had Cipher's Eidolons leaked for like a week at this point. We still don't even know like anything about Hyacinth's Eidolons. Because, like, yeah, her S1 looks broken, but what about her E1? Like, if she has an E1 similar to Ling Sha's, like, that would also be, like, pretty beneficial. I mean, maybe, player, maybe. I'm excited, though. We are pretty close at this point, so we will find out soon anyways. The only thing that's annoying, though, like, on the first day of leaks, you can't really find an actual showcase for like 6 hours once the leaks start. I swear every time, like at the beginning of leaks for a new patch, it's always E6S1 characters. Now, Kiwi might love that, but me personally, I can't exactly afford E6 Hyacinth. Tomorrow stream to talk about leaks, please. If there's kit leaks on Cipher and Hyacinth, yes. If not, I'll probably take the day off. But if there are leaks when I'm awake and shit, yeah, I'll do a stream to talk about it. I'll also probably do a video. I will, but not that much. I mostly said it because you said you might get E6 Cipher. So there's probably going to be like E6 Cipher showcases in the beginning. Call me a coper, but I feel like Phenon will be a free-to-play friendly. I mean, he just needs buffers. The thing is, he wants single target buffers specifically. So there is like one free-to-play option, which would be really good, which is Ting Yun. Because Ting Yun does a single target buff on skill and on ult. But outside of that, it's probably just Sunday. Sunday's the only premium single target buffer that can do ult and skill single target buff. And then after that, it's probably going to be Saridra. Like, it doesn't sound like that much of a deal, but if Phenon truly does charge through single target buffs applied to him, then it's going to make a much bigger difference getting a Harmony who does double the amount of single target buffs. Plus, Sunday is also skill point positive. Like, if Phenon isn't skill point neutral like a lot of these HP DPSs are, then it's not really, like, worth it to probably run a Ting Yun. Yeah, that's what I said earlier, Wilson. Yeah, because Tribi and Herda both gain energy from attacking enemies on field. So Hyacinth at like 200 speed, I think that's like 4 turns in one cycle, 3 or 4 turns in one cycle. So that's a lot for Herda and Tribi. Not to mention, if you get her Lycone, you also get free vulnerability. And Hyacine should do more damage than Ling Cha. So more damage, better, you know, generation, ER generation, all that. Please tell me Hyacine can be a deck collector. We have to wait. It depends on whether or not she's AoE though. Like these remembrance characters aren't always AoE. Like for example, Aglaia. Aglaia is blast. So they could make Hyacine like a blast damage dealer, like sustain. But if she is AoE, she would be probably the best deck collector possible. Well, actually, I don't know if she'd be better than Tribby. Tribby does a lot of follow ups. Oh, yeah, it's Harry. Now, my E1S1 Robin needs to find a home on my Rob account because I'm pulling for casters. I think I just go Phanon, or at least I try to, right? That, or I skip Phanon and I go Heislands on Rob. Because if anything, I think my Sunday account could go for Phanon, maybe. Because, oh wait, no, he can't. Never mind. Bullshit. No, my Robin needs to find a home. I have an E1S1 Robin on my Rob account and not exactly being used anywhere. Speed on Tribby, but she's using the Relic set that, I mean, if you're using the Relic set with 95 or lower speed, you just keep her on 95 or lower speed. It's basically that simple. If you're trying to run a fast Tribby, then you probably want to use Wind set and as much speed as possible. And HP, because that's important for casters. If you just don't care about Tribby's damage, then that's what you do. Skipping the HP meta for my GOAT Phanon. Understandable. Phanon has... Okay, so obviously I'm not going to, like, leak it. But, like, the leaked Phanon design that I saw on the Reddit, that's probably the best design in the entirety of the game if it's the playable character design. Like, it's really sick. HP shilling gonna end soon? Yeah. This is something I want to remind people. Like, I myself pulled my day. Please do not be fooled by this MOC, man. This MOC is increasing all of these HP scalers damage by over 30%. And then you're also getting heal back every time you get hit, which for Castris is free ult charge. And for E2 My Day, it's also like free Godslayer charge and drain. But I will say these characters are strong outside of the MOC shilling. So they should have reran Jingli Yu this MOC. She's insane. I don't think she's too insane. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I watched Pokey. I watched a Pokey stream, and let's just say the Jingli Yu didn't do too hot. My Day 1 cycle the previous MOC? Yeah. Yeah, my Day is really fucking good. Now my Day team, I'm actually interested. So on my on the account with E2 My Day, I'm gonna run him with E1 Robin. I'm curious if the action advance with an E1 Robin giving res pen is actually better than Tribby. Because I don't know if that's the case or not, to be honest. But I am curious. It's gonna be fun. Like, I'm actually gonna have a lot more fun playing with Robin than Tribby. Like, Tribby, in a sense, is the new Robin. For anyone who doesn't know, you know, and there are some OGs here, they might know it. I made a video like half a year ago complaining about every Zero Cycler using Robin. So like Tribby is kind of the same thing now, where every single like fast run possible, it's all with Tribby. Like you see Tribby everywhere you go. E2 my day, when you get E2, like I think half an hour into the stream, Kiwi blessed me. So I was able to get the last few pulls I needed to get the guaranteed my day. Cost me 400 pulls, but we got the E2S1 my day, guys. That's all that matters, right? You know what I just realized? 400 pulls is $1,000. And for me in Canada, it's 1,400. I spent $1,000 worth of pulls for an E2S1 my day. Yeah, hail Kiwi, hail Kiwi, hail Cipher. Like when you put it that way, oh my god. Regretting your life no, I literally am. Like obviously it didn't cost me, but like the $1,000, but it's like when you put it in that perspective, it's like what the fuck, dude? The prices on Jades is egregious. That's just the average Monday aware. The video showing Robin and Wyatt Sky vids? Yeah, Callie. It's worse. You costed other people's money. Hey. Hey. I'm sorry. You know, I had no impulse control. I was at the lowest point of my life ever. I was 20 pulls away from an E2 my day. I apologize to everyone I hurt. All the families I caused trouble for. This will never happen again. I offered because Cipher edited videos? Yeah. Oh, I have to make my first edited video when Cipher's kit gets fully leaked. Oh, fuck. As long as you bring someone else down with you, I think gambling addictions are cool. You're evil, bro, man. Does Rob? No. Rob isn't getting my day. Rob is getting casters. You gotta make vids on Cipher relentlessly. I mean, I'll have a lot of content on Cipher if I'm able to pull her on one of my accounts. Like on the Cipher account, if I actually do get her, then there's gonna be like a lot of videos. Like even outside of the Kiwi glazing for Cipher, I genuinely think like kit wise, on paper, this is the most broken character in the game. So there will be a few glazing videos even outside of my deal with Kiwi. If there's the police to arrest you for gambling, I'm innocent, man. I'm innocent. You know what? Just because I feel like it. Wait. Oh. Wait for the question mark to go red. Just because I feel like it, I'm going to do a little fight here. Look at my shit speed tuning, man. On this brand new account. Did you guys see that shit speed tuning? Disgusting. Who is Cipher even meant to work with? It seems like she works with literally everyone. That's the thing. Like, if you're using a DPS that doesn't have much defense shred, you get her E1. And then if you're using a DPS that has a good amount of defense shred, you get her S1. Like, she just works. I don't know. It's just, she records damage done by another DPS and then deals. Don't clip that. And then deals it out on ult. You ever think about giving back to the community? Yeah. I'll probably give away one of you know what? I'll steal one of Dawei's yachts and I'll give it back to the community. Now secretly in the black market, but anyone who's active in the black market, you might be able to get a yacht for a cheap price. Cipher would have consistent follow-ups just like March for Face Out? No. So, according to Cipher's kit, she works similar to Tribby, where she applies Foretold to an enemy, and then every time an ally on your team attacks, she does a follow-up, but there is a limited count. So, the current assumption is one ally hits a enemy with Foretold. They do one follow-up attack, and then they can't do it again. Like, that one ally can't trigger a Cipher follow-up attack again. So you'd have to ult to reset it again. So basically exactly how Tribby works with her follow-ups. Which it makes sense, because if you really think about it, this would just be a little too broken with the follow-up team. Acheron and Cipher team is gonna cook. Boo. Boo. I'm pretty sure E1 S1 Cipher should be really good with Acheron though, unironically. You need the E1 S1 though, kinda. Or at least E0 S1 to help with the defense shred. Hello, Cherry Pie. I'm gonna make a few My Day videos as well for sure now, though. Now, they might be a little unrelatable, because E2S1 My Day, 4 cost. E1S1 Sunday, 3 cost. E1 Robin, 2 cost. And then when High Seed comes out, there's another 2 cost. So, an 11 cost team, but if you ask me, that's pretty relatable. You know what I'm saying? If you just, like, remove a 1, then it's technically just 1 cost. So I'm sure people are going to love those videos. I hope this game at some point unironically allows you to disable Eidolons though. Like, it would be nice if, like, for a video I could disable the E1 and E2 and disable Sunday's E1. Like, I'd really like that. No cope. How good is Cipher with casters and high seen on a single team? Uh, I don't know. That's the thing. I truly just don't know. We don't know, like, specific numbers for Cipher's the problem. Like, I'll be a lot more comfortable talking about this probably tomorrow when we likely get the V1 kits. Theoretically, with anyone Sunday, pretty good. Without anyone Sunday, uh, probably get E1 Cipher over S1 because vulnerability. And I think you get more damage record, which would be better for Castris because she's AoE, not blast. You know what you would really like? A walk. You should take one in breakfast. I already did that before I started stream though. I walked for like half an hour and I did eat. I'm not pulling E1 Sunday. Yeah, understandable. So without E1 Sunday, like this is if you're planning to go for the S1, it's better to go for the E1 than the S1 if you're not going for Sunday. Like if you're just normally running her, you probably replace Tribby in this team. You replace a Tribby and a Casterus team with a Cipher. Is like the only way I really see it working. Half an hour to where? Nowhere. I just walk. What's with every showcase having E1 Tribby? It's so dumb, Kiwi. Kiwi, do you know how E1 Tribby works? I'm assuming you do because of all the controversy around it, but just in case. It's so unrelatable. No, I just pulled because people said it was good. So I'll try to say it as simply as possible, right? So 24% of the damage you do on all enemies on field, they stack. So if there's 5 enemies, it can stack up to 120% extra, true damage. But unlike, let's say, E1 Robin, which is, you do more damage to all enemies on field, all of that 120% damage is focused on the highest HP mob on the field. So an AoE DPS basically does double the single target damage with an E1 Tribby. That's why it's like so many people are using it. Destruction characters, they don't take as much advantage of it, but they still do take advantage of it. So you still get really good value out of E1 Tribby. But it's mainly for the AoE DPSs, like Herda and Casterus. It makes an insane difference. So what I'm hearing is that I should use her Acheron? Yes, actually. I'm pretty sure E1 Tribby is the best in slot harmony with Acheron. Because it helps her damage a lot against highest HP mob. Anything to make her better. Brother keeps plugging and unplugging his grandma's life support. Man, it's the keyboard, man. I need to get a new keyboard at some point. It's like the cable. It's so weird. Like, I've gotten like 3 to 4 new cables for the keyboard at this point because the keyboard's fine. But like the cables just stop working so fast, it doesn't make any sense. Do you think it matters for Phanon with E1 Sunday versus E0 Sunday? Give me a sec. Guys, I'm pretty sure E1 Sunday works with summons, right? So if Phanon has a summon, yes, E1 Sunday would be huge. If he doesn't have a summon, no. E1 Sunday is like kind of useless, to be honest. Unless you do what I'm planning to do. Like if Phanon has defense shred on his Lycone, like let's say Casterus does, then he could benefit from a Cipher comp with E1 Sunday. But outside of that, not really. Yeah, it's summon, yeah. I don't have a gambling addiction. I'm clean. How come you're obsessing over Death Shred? Is that godly? Death Shred is mid as shit if you can't get it high enough. So the reason I'm glazing it recently is because of Cipher. Cipher, if I had to guess with a light cone, can apply like 40 to 50% defense shred by herself. So after you get to the 50% defense shred mark, you get a lot more damage in return for how much defense shred you're putting in. But at the beginning, it's kind of mid. So if like a DPS can already get like, let's say 30% defense shred, you add a Cipher, that turns into like 70 to 80, and that's a massive damage increase. Like really, really big. It's on the level of a Harmony. How much Death Shred would you need minimum for a significant damage increase? Actually, let me pull up the defense shred chart. So let me here we go. So you guys can see here, this is how defense shred works in MOC 12. So at the very beginning, you're putting in a lot of defense shred, but you're not really getting anything in return. After 50 though is when you start to get more damage in return for defense shred. So you'll notice like here it's around like a little less than 5%, then it's a little less than 6%, then it's almost 7%, and then this is like 7%, 7%, and then it just gets exponentially higher. Like it goes all the way here. Like 95 to 100 gives you 12% more damage for only 5 more defense shred. Yeah, def shred and def reduction stack. And it can only go up to a max of 100% though. Like this is the thing. It can only go up to 100%. So the reason why I was the reason I was glazing Anoxa Cipher was because Anoxa has defense shred in his base kit, in his light cone, and in his E1. So Anoxa with Genius set, even without E1, can get 60% defense shred. So then Cipher, let's say, right, with her current leaked numbers, has 30% defense shred on enemies. This jumps up to 90, which is a 45% damage increase around there just from jumping to 90. And then with a Cipher S1, you go to 100. Also, could I hypothetically use it? It's not enough is the thing. I don't think it's enough with Zhao Q. Like, I actually don't know how much defense shred Zhao Q has, but I don't think it's anywhere near the level of Cipher. Like, Cipher is the only reason why I'm glazing defense shred. Does she give more defense shred than Pela? She gives 30% automatically on enemies by being on a team, and then her Lycone has more defense shred. I don't know how much Pela gives though. Oh, Pela gives 62%. Damn. I actually did not know that with ult and everything. So it's not as much as Pela, but the thing is like the uptime on defense shred is a lot better though. And she obviously records damage, so she's way better than Pela in that aspect. Can you explain the difference? So vulnerability is just increased damage on enemies. Like, this enemy will take an increased amount of damage final, right? So vulnerability is almost always accounted for after the final damage you do to enemies. It's not like adding on to an attack. It's just making enemies take more damage. Defense shred. The max amount of defense an enemy can have is 100%, which means the max amount you can shred is 100%. So defense shred, it is pretty ass at the beginning. It gets a lot better the more you get. So yes, I'm pretty sure vulnerability and defense shred together is also really strong. And then resistance is just how much element resistance an enemy has. So like, I believe it's around 20% usually. Like, enemies only have 20% resistance if they are, like, they have a weakness. However, if they don't have a weakness, I think it's like 40% resistance usually. So Res Pen just gets rid of that resistance. That's basically all it does. So vulnerability makes enemies take more damage. Res Pen just reduces their resistance to a certain element. And Defense Shred reduces their defense, which is stuck at 100%. I hope Cipher would be better than her. Cipher would 100% be better than Pela. Like, people need to realize what makes Cipher good isn't actually this defense shred. Like, yeah, the defense shred is really nice, or the defense reduction. But what actually matters about Cipher is the damage record. Like, you can just take the damage another character is doing on the team and then dish it out in an ult. So technically, Pela would overall be better because of the defense shred, but Pela doesn't do anywhere near the damage Cipher does. Is there any difference between shred and ignore? No, there isn't a difference, Wilson. Like, ignore is usually applied onto the enemy, and then defense shred is something a character usually has, like, in their kit. But the thing is, there's not actually a difference between the two. Like, they both stack. You can only go up to 100%. Like, if you have 100% defense shred and 50% defense ignore, that defense ignore isn't doing shit. That's basically how it works. Yeah, Terry, exactly. Oh, you mean with defense shred, not the whole character? I don't see it. It just depends on Cypher's Lycone. But if it's anything similar to Anoxa's, I don't think she's going to get that much more defense shred on it. So she's not going to get as much def shred as Pela, probably. And my chat is gooning. I need that April Fool's kid on Cipher. You know it's not happening, man. You know she's not going to take the damage a DPS does on your team and dish it out 4.5x. We all know it. We all fucking know it. That's too fucking broken. No, Wilson. If I watched a Minecraft movie, I'd probably just pirate it. I mean, actually, I might. I might. I might with my dad. Maybe. If he wants to, sure. Update doesn't drop until I think like midnight Tuesday. Like for me, it doesn't drop until I think like Tuesday 11 p.m. or some shit. Or at least that's when Castrus's banner is.
Nice, Wilson.
Cipher was the Annie unit. Yeah, if that shit, like if that was a real kit leak on the ult, and I actually see that in V1, bro, we might be fucked. Like I do think she'll get nerfed if that's in the V1, but holy shit, man. Like either her damage record has to be incredibly ass, or the damage she deals from the damage record is just like normal. I mean, that's possible. In like version 4, that's normal. I mean, you have to think about it, right? In version 1 of this game, 100k was an insane amount of damage, right? In version 1, like 1 to 200k damage was game changing. In version 2, it was more like 500k, I'd say. Like, I'd say 3 to 500k damage is what people thought was a lot. And then, like, late version 2, it was a lot more than that. And then the beginning of version 3, it's now, we're at the standard where it's kind of at like 1 million. Like, Herda does 1 million on enhanced skill. My Day, even without E1, can hit almost 1 million on a God Slayer. A Castress can hit over 1 million each time with the dragon. So we went from 1 to 200k to 3 to 500k to over 1 million. And this is the beginning of version 3. So I'm guessing in version 4, we start going into like the 3 millions. 2 to 3 millions on average. Yeah, Canada is pretty expensive. Please, Cipher, be a blade buff. Wow. That might be the worst Cipher cope I've seen in like all this time. Like I've seen Cipher Acheron, Cipher older DPS like Jinyuan or something. But Cipher Blade? Yeah. In the first place, I don't think Cypher's going to be getting much damage record with a blade on the team, right? Like, no offense, right? No offense. But I don't think the damage record is going to be that fast or high. Did you see the... I don't care. I did, but I don't care. I knew that'd give me an achievement huge. We have fake collab as well. Yeah. So the fake collab is currently rumored for. The fake collab is currently rumored for the second half of 3.4, and the first half is Phanon. So it should be Phanon first half, Saber second half, and then it might be a double banner actually with Archer. Not sure though. Maybe they'll move it. I want. Uh, Switch to Trotter frame and write lots of messages. My head's starting to hurt and spin. I think I should have dinner. Alright, Wilson. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Where's the Trotter one? I don't think I have the Trotter one. I don't have the Trotter one. Obtained from Ethereum Wars. But that is good to know. I'll spam it on my other accounts. Ton hung for free. I mean, a lot of people are just assuming it's Archer. And to be honest, okay, so here's the funny part, right? The funny part about the future free limited 5-star we're supposed to get, the reason people think it's Archer is because Archer before was basically confirmed to be a 4-star. But then we got a leak like a month later that he got changed to a 5-star. And then literally a few days after this leak, we find out that we're getting a free new limited 5-star somewhere down the line. So it would be pretty funny if they made this man a 4-star originally, but literally only made him a 5-star to give him for free at some point. Should you save your one free 5-star or get Luach or on May? Save. In 99% of cases, save. Ruan May, she isn't bad by any means. However, I just think it's probably better to wait for most people. And Luocha, I'm going to be honest. Gallagher is better than Luocha in 99% case scenarios. And we also have Hyacine coming up in 3.3 for the HP scalers anyways. So even if you have the argument of, oh, I'm going to pull Castris, I can't get Hyacine, Gallagher is still like just as good, if not better in some cases. Who could possibly be free next? Archer. Character from Fate. I mean in shop? Oh, we don't know. Nobody knows. I'm just assuming that it'd probably be better to wait. Like, with how much I shit on Sparkle, Sparkle would probably be, in some cases, a better pull. And especially for Phanon pullers. If you don't have, like, Sunday plus Arija, you could use a Sparkle with Phanon just fine, probably. Because Phanon should be someone who should be fine with attack and stuff. Alright, guys. I'm going to end the stream here. It is a quick stream, right? 2 hours. This time, I kept to my word because yesterday I did it for 6 because I was coping. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. I'm going to go eat something now. Peace.